Hello and welcome everyone, my name is The Clever Fool. Today I will be continuing on with our series of custom campaigns, this time playing the 4th episode of the Imjin War, titled Resumption of the War, on hard difficulty of course. Let's go ahead and get started. As a matter of fact, Konishi Yukinaga didn't want to participate in this war. Though he was without any mercy once he joined in a battle, he still wanted to stop this meaningless war if it was possible. So, he accepted leading a negotiation with Ming as a representative of Toyotomi. However, both countries had quite distant stances concerning Joseon, and it led them into truce for just a few years. Nevertheless, Toyotomi was designated as a king of Japan from the Ming Emperor, and his daimyo were given items from the Ming Emperor as well. However, Toyotomi didn't give up his ambition of conquering Joseon. He claimed the war again, pointing out that there were disagreements between Japan and the other two. Gotta remember that this is kind of a not direct translation, I guess, or maybe too direct. In 1597, Toyotomi sent massive troops on the Korean peninsula once again. This time... This time, one of his objectives was the elimination of Yi Sun-shin. He thought that the reason of the former failure of conquering Joseon was because they hadn't captured Jeolla province of Joseon, the field most prosperous with food. So he made the troops march into this province. In return to this, Joseon formed a defense line around the province. If they lose it, then Japan might take the best granary field of the Korean peninsula. Alright. I'm trying to make sense of the source material as best as I can, guys. Alright, our main objectives are to defeat the Japanese main force. Our secondary objectives are to defeat the Japanese blockers by destroying their town centers and killing villagers, and to defeat the Japanese raiders by destroying their town center and castles. Our hints tell us that our population headroom is provided up to 200, and we can advance to the castle or to the Imperial Age. It's beneficial to defeat a relatively weak force early in the long run. Okay. However, don't forget to defend your camp from others' raids. Enemy raiders will come to you with massive soldiers in the early phase. Unless you prepare defensive systems as best as you can, you'll get disadvantaged. Though your main enemy force will make a few warships, you don't have to invest your efforts in capturing the river too much. Your scouts report that the Joseon force in blue is preparing a battle against marches of Japanese troops. It's not enough yet to fight against their main force, but at least we should be able to interrupt some of the enemies without fine defense. The nearest one is the Japanese blockers in orange. They will try to enclose and wipe us out. Fortunately, we may defeat them early by interrupting them as they start without their town center, but only with a few villagers. However, once they succeed in setting their camp up, they will send swordsmen, archers, hand cannoneers, knights, and scorpions and push us. There are Japanese raiders in red across the river to the south. They settled on a land with abundant resources and have many military buildings, though they lack walls and towers. They will constantly send supplies to their main force, and they're the most threatening force in the early phase, as they will raid us soon. Their force mainly consists of light cavalry, infantry, samurai, skirmishers, and cavalry archers. The Japanese main force in purple that we have to defeat is led by their head, Nabeshima Naoshige. They have set a powerful camp to the far east across the river, and they're the most dangerous force in the long run. They will train mainly heavy cavalries, archers, skirmishers, hand cannoneers, and samurai to attack us. They'll constantly send us cheap soldiers, even if they get short on resources. Alright, let's go ahead and get started here. Pick up these cows. Have our first few villagers go on food. Build up 3 TCs. Pick up wood chopping tech here as well. And I'll create mangonels for our defense here. As well as some housing so that we can get additional houses here.
나무꾼, 사냥꾼.
준비.
실시. 예? 광부.
Alright, the most important thing is to get food and wood out. We have enough gold to spend for a little while. I would like to get enough stone to get another villager, or another castle. Having 2 castles will be very important here for us.
네. 이동. 목수.
저요? 준비. 이동. 광부.
예? 준비.
그러지.
I do know from preliminary scouting that there's a relic in the south.
목수. 저요? 그러죠. 출동. 나무꾼. 대기. 예? 이동.
준비. 광부.
대기. 광부.
저요? 사냥꾼.
저요? 광부. 사냥꾼.
예. 실시.
Let's keep churning these villagers out. I'd like to get a university out at some point too. Grab that relic, bring it home.
준비. 목수. 예, 사냥꾼.
예, 광부. 계기. 광부. 준비. 공격. 진격. 예, 출동. 대기. 실시.
Okay, let's pick up murder holes.
준비. 출동.
대기. 예? 출동. 목수.
대기. 실시. 준비. 저요? 예? 실시. 사냥꾼.
And keep villager production coming out.
저요? 그러죠. 목수.
저요? 목수.
준비. 목수.
대기. 목수.
저요?
실시. 예, 출동. 대기. 진격.
대기. 준비. 목수.
예?
예? 네. 이동. 광부.
그러지. 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 준비. 실시. 공격. 출동. 공격. 하겠네. 뭔가. 진격.
준비. 이동.
준비. 광부. 실시. 공격. 대기. 예? 저요? 광부.
대기. 그러죠. 목수. 저요? 출동. 목수. 목수.
준비죠. 목수. 예? 예. 목수.
Alright.
예?
So the immediate problems have all been staved off,
목수. 대기.
but our economy has been extremely unbalanced.
예? 그러죠. 목수. 목수. 목수.
저요? 광부. 예. 준비. 대기. 돌격. 예. 출동. 준비.
준비.
We definitely need much more food than we currently have.
목수. 목수. 대이동. 목수. 예.
저요? 이동.
But the initial wave seems to have been fended off, which is a pretty good sign.
대기. 광부.
저요? 예. 목수.
저요? 목수. 목수. 준비. 목수. 목수.
Let's pick up heavy plow.
준비. 진격. 대기. 목수. 목수. 대기. 실시. 예. 공격. 준비. 예? 저요? 사냥꾼. 대기.
Okay, we got a few pikemen here. Let's clean up that light cav that's decided to become aggro.
대기.
Aggro all of a sudden.
예?
Let's pick up hand cart.
준비. 이동.
준비. 예? 대기. 광부. 준비. 광부.
It's the rams that are causing us the biggest issue so far.
예? 네.
준비. 돌격. 진격. 저요? 그러죠. 목수.
I would like to get to the Imperial Age as soon as possible.
광부.
And then start taking out orange if I can. Looks like orange has a relatively smaller and weaker base than me.
저요? 그러죠. 목수.
대기. 목수.
You could always use some more villagers too.
대기. 준비. 목수.
예. 실시.
Wood choppers in the back should be safe.
예. 예. 목수. 준비.
Getting another castle out here would probably be another pretty good idea. Maybe like right there.
목수.
대기. 그러죠. 광부. 대기.
Let's get to the Imperial Age.
예. 실시. 목수.
Did we ever get to Masonry? No, we didn't. Let's pick up that tech now. They have some warships. That's not a huge problem. We can deal with warships.
저요. 광부. 수리공.
예?
예.
대기. 준비. 예? 목수.
That's what troubles me. It's the trebuchets.
준비 수리공.
I don't want to have to deal with enemy trebs for too long.
목수. 저요. 준비 수리공.
Let's repair up this castle. Purple apparently trains a crap ton of monks as well. I should also remember that these guys are in the Imperial Age and I'm not, so I lack a lot of the text that they would have.
목수.
예? 출동. 목수요? 목수. 준비하죠. 이동. 광부. 네. 그러죠. 수리공.
We're definitely pushing our luck there by trying to mine that stone. Okay, cool. We've reached Imperial. Let's train a couple of trebs. Pick up Bracer.
대기 이동. 저요. 나무꾼. 예.
Oh, that's just annoying.
나무꾼.
Get a few more pikemen out. Get a two-man saw out.
준비 시. 예. 목수. 저요.
준비. 저요? 광부.
Right. Okay, so far, so good.
준비. 그러죠. 목수. 대기. 예. 목수.
Okay, our priority should definitely be now to start putting a dent in orange and capturing their resources. I will require chemistry at some point. Do I have a market? I do. Wood prices are already horrible.
예. 실시. 실시. 종이 활동.
대기.
예. 이동. 목수. 목수. 대기. 예. 예.
Alright, now we can begin pushing into orange here. How much does Elite War Wagon cost? I need wood and gold. And I currently lack both.
실시. 실시. 저요.
Let's get a few
목수.
stables out
예?
and repair this castle while we have the downtime.
준비. 목수. 대기.
Yep, just a tiny little bit of lag there. But now it seems like we are on the offensive, which is good.
대기. 목수.
If we can stay on the offensive, then we can start capturing enemy resources and putting a dent into them.
예. 예. 수리공.
Alright, so we'll just wait on the gold so we can grab Elite War Wagon. Then after that finishes off, we can start thinking about siege engineers and other techs like that.
저요? 예? 광부.
준비. 저요. 그러죠. 광부.
Alright, our war wagons are devastating the countryside now.
대기. 목수. 예. 출동. 대기. 준비. 저요.
Okay, Red's sending us more attackers, but
수리공.
they're only in the castle age, so I'm not super worried about them. I'm more worried about purple forces if they show up.
대기. 목수.
We can kill off all these villagers before they finish mining gold. We can even take that gold for ourselves.
저요. 광부. 대기. 예. 예. 목수.
But yeah, Orange's base is actually not super strong. They don't have a castle of their own. So we've kind of just been rolling in here and just doing whatever we want. And I suppose we can go after Red next.
예.
준비. 목수. Okay, looks like purple's sending another wave. I don't really see a need to push out just yet.
대기.
준비. 저요. 나무꾼. 예? 대기. 실시. 나무꾼. 준비.
Okay, still nothing particularly impressive here. We have plenty of wood and food now, so we can just throw trash units at our opponents. Who don't seem to be doing very much.
대기. 준비.
대기. 수리공. 저요? 목수.
Alright. So the initial round seemed pretty intimidating, but after that, it turns out the enemy does not seem to be super scary at all. We have a critical mass of war wagons here, really.
예? 저요? 출동. 목수.
예. 대기. 실시. 예. 출동.
Okay, I'd like to not lose all my trebuchets here. Looks like the enemies just spawned an attack wave. Oh, the raiders have made it up to the Imperial Age. Good for them. I think what we really need to go after is these production buildings.
대기.
예. 실출동. 실시.
Still haven't upgraded to halberdiers yet either. Oh, there's a town center here. Let's take that out. Okay, the blockers scattered. They won't break our break our expansion anymore. All right. They still have this TC alive though, so I'm not sure why they completely gave it up. Though that being said, I guess I can't really complain.
실시. 준비 이동. 광부 대기. 예?
준비. 목수. 이동 목수. 저요? 네. 목수.
준비 실시.
Nice! The raiders have collapsed as well. And our halberdier upgrade just came through too. This pretty much means we can focus all our efforts on our main enemy now.
예. 대기. 예. 실시. 대기. 예. 예. 출동.
예?
준비. 예. 목수. 예. 진격. 예. 수리공. 수리공.
대기.
Okay, so our enemies are buying food because the food price is amazing. I guess I just keep selling this stuff so I could train more war wagons.
저요?
준비. 이동. 나무꾼. 출동.
대기. 저요? 그러죠. 목수. 예. 실시. 공격.
And really, compared to the Day of Doom, aside from like the initial waves, really there's no increase in intensity of the attacks. the first mission was just always high pressure and just stacking more and more pressure. But subsequent missions kind of had high early pressure that sort of trailed off later on.
저요?
What I do like about these campaigns, though, is that you get to fully experience like late game Korean dominance.
준비 실시. 불경격.
We'll pick up Faith just to negate their monasteries.
목수. 대출동. 예, 예. 진격.
And we are making a foothold on the enemy here.
예? 나무꾼. 목수.
I don't want to get rid of that market on the off chance that this game lasts long enough to reach the trade stage, but I don't think it will reach the trade stage. Plus, food is worth so much gold.
준비. 목수.
Like, I can't visualize needing to set up a trade network with how far up we've been pushing these guys. That being said, we've lost some steam here, though. Oh, these trebs. It's not a clever full vid if he's not losing like a million trebs.
실시. 저요? 목수.
They actually rebuild the castles too. That's something I should be aware of.
대기. 목수. 예, 출동.
I'd like to get rid of those docks just so that they stop producing Galians.
저요?
예? 준비. 이동. 목수.
예?
대기.
I guess this is where the grindiness of it comes in. I can't just throw units away like I have been.
실시. 출동. 돌격. 진격. 준비.
준비. 그러죠. 목수.
준비. 실시. 실시. 출동. 저요?
대기. 준비. 그러죠. 광부.
Yeah, unfortunately for the main force,
예?
the villagers are running out of space to work. So slowly but surely we are winning this battle.
대기. 돌격. 실시. 저요?
저요? 목수.
예?
대기. 수리공. 예?
대기. 예. 준비.
Alright, this is starting to get a bit tedious. This castle was only semi-constructed. But we've been able to break in a second time.
저요. 준비. 목수. 저요. 목수. 이동. 목수. 광 준비. 저요. 광부.
Okay, just the addition of some melee units has done the trick here. Previously I was just being way too inefficient with my onagers and stuff. But so long as we don't let them reconstruct these castles, we should be fine.
대기.
대기 실시. 목수.
예? 준비. 나무꾼.
준비. 나무꾼.
저요? 준비하죠. 목수.
기술 실시. 출동. 실시. 실시.
Nice! So it seems like we didn't have to bust in here after all. Wow, they had 3 relics. It's crazy. But we were able to triumph in the end. After all, Joseon didn't have anything to lose but their lives, so they could resist more desperately. By doing so, they blocked Nabeshima Naoshige's troops. Look at that guy. Nevertheless, it didn't mean that they kept Joella Province. The Japanese troops made a greater group with another troop going to Joella Province in the more southern area, and they invaded there successfully. Japan eventually made the southwestern area of Joseon into their land. Oh, okay, so there really isn't anything over here. Alright, pretty simple. I'd suggest going in the order that I went in, which is orange, followed by red, followed by purple. Castling up this area with multiple castles to stop the initial onslaught is very important. That prevents them from getting into your economy. And really, once that happens, you're pretty much safe. There's nothing to super threaten you, really. And you can even keep up the enemy markets so that you can trade with them later in case you are short on gold. But yeah, oh, there's a relic back here. Not sure how anyone would be able to get that. Oh, there's a relic here that we could grab. And I'm sure that these 3 relics were probably grabbable as well if you're fast enough. But yeah, overall, pretty simple mission. This is a really good set of choke points here. This trio of castles really set up our defense properly. And there's plenty of stone on the map, and the Koreans mine stone faster. So really pretty good showcase of the Korean civ. Pretty decent showcase of the Japanese civ as well, with how diverse they are, their unit comps. But definitely not feeling the pressure in this mission like I did with the first mission. Anyway, my name is The Clever Fool. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.